Elizabeth, let's talk about this in the context of food security. So we've had these crises. We've had crisis in Ukraine. We've just gotten through COVID. How will that change the way we're going to deal with coming food crises?
Well, first it's worth saying something about the scale of the food crisis. So we were already in terrible shape because of the pandemic and a whole bunch of preceding dynamics, climate related, top of the list. By the end of last year, we were at over 140 million food insecure. We're now at 276. By UN estimates. So that's just an extraordinary number of people in very dire circumstances. Nearly 50 million of those are on the brink of famine. Not yet there, but on the brink. So this is a catastrophic humanitarian crisis that we're facing around the world. The UN is trying to do what it can to convene any number of actors, leading institutions, private sector, and others to try to think about ways to respond to it. And there needs to be a much more ambitious humanitarian response. But we have to look at the underlying fundamentals of this crisis as well, beyond the most immediate and acute needs, how we address food security writ large. So that requires the kind of cooperation we're talking about, because it's food systems, it's climate systems, it's economic systems, it's dealing with things like, export controls. It's a very tempting thing to want to, fall back within your own borders and preserve, but it's the worst possible thing you could do at a moment like this. So exactly that political and social capital that's really needed to try to encourage the right sort of cooperative solutions is, of course, the thing that's very much at risk. And I would just say, Ian, I don't think your followers, they don't want the nationalist responses. They just anticipate it. So I think what they're saying is that they are listening to you and they see what's at stake. And that's, I hope, what we're all taking out of this moment.
I will say, I think some of them do want the nationalist response because they believe that the elites themselves are so far from what they need to do that they are prepared to argue to have things get broken.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's a fair frustration to understand, even if the solutions may not be the right remedy.